This is a Piccadilly line walk from South Ealing to Acton town, but it's worth having a look back to the map of 1900 when all this area was fields. South Ealing station is circled, as is Acton town, though in 1900 this was called Mill Hill Park. And here's the route to be walked. Now let's just see. A, E, I, O, U. That's all the vowels in my book. The London Underground is a trivia goldmine. South Ealing and Mansion House contain all the vowels of the alphabet. There are 6 stations named after pubs. You can take a journey on the tube where your train visits 10 stations in a row that begin with the same letter. And famously, St John's Wood Station shares no letters in common with the word mackerel. Today then is South Ealing to Acton town. It's quite a cold day and I seem to have this park to myself, which is unusual, having used this park before. So down on the right are the tracks of the Piccadilly line. No doubt you'll be time travelling from the future and remarking, wow, that's all changed now. So just to add that this walk was done in the spring of 2022, and also that this seemingly suburban walk is rather interesting. And we're starting off in Maytree's Rest Garden. Maytree is an old name for the native hawthorn, which starts flowering in May. But this walk was done in March, so none of that flowering nonsense. Here we're on Roberts Alley, and over the bridge there is Olive Road. So Roberts Alley was an ancient lane, and rather than beginning at Olive Road as it does now, it was a northern extension of Clayponds Avenue, which ran all the way up from Brentford. And this is the final section. The rest of it is gone. So, as I was hinting, this is a rather unusual suburban walk, and this is the first bit of unusualness. Roberts Alley is a long section of an old rural footpath which somehow survived urbanisation. And after the church up ahead there, it'll change its name to Bailey's Walk, but it will still be the same long footpath, and we'll still carry on walking along it. This is the glorious St Mary's Ealing, and the architect of it kept the core of a 1780 church when it was rebuilt in 1866. So it's just, I think it's quite amazing. It's quite Byzantine, not really like Ealing at all. Now if I was tired after all this minor exertion, I could take a pint in the Rose and Crown pub, which is just down this lane. But I'm not tired, we'll carry on. This is then the start of Bailey's Walk. And after this cemetery, the first stretch is still really like semi-rural. It's quite lovely in atmosphere. So this fence is the allotments beside the railway. See if I can get a better view. Yeah, there we go. And it's either this one or one nearby is the largest allotment in the London area. But it runs the length of Bailey's Walk on the south side between the walkway, the pathway and the railway. And this brick wall marks the back gardens of some handsome suburban houses. Actually, this camera's on the stick. Let's just sneak over the top. Don't think that was one of the original houses somehow. The allotment just carries on the right. A huge space. That was it, I knew it had a name. There's a Platinum Jubilee party coming up in the area. But the thing is, this is quite an amazing survival from Ealing's rural past. And it's mainly because those allotments just to the right here protected the area from development and the pathway here as well. And in due course the railway came along and the allotment land wasn't quite so suitable for building since it was right up against the railway tracks. Shame you really can't see over to the railway, but it's just over there to the right. Gonna hang our left here.
walk carries on that way to Ealing Common, but we're going to Acton Town. So that's not where we're going. We're going to go this way.
Briefly, we're on Warwick Road before turning right into Ascot Avenue at the top there. And this is Ascot Avenue. Since we're headed south now, we're walking towards the railway. North of the tracks is part of Ascot Avenue dates from the 1890s. Until after the First World War, the site of Queen Anne's Gardens here was a small field between the eastern end of the allotments and the new Ascot Avenue. An ancient path ran southeast from Bailey's Walk. The building of Queen Anne's Gardens during the 1920s put pay to the existence of the path.
There was a plan to close the existing South Ealing station because it ends up so close to Northfield station and move it to this area here and build some new housing, but it just didn't work out because there was a local campaign in South Ealing to stop the move of the station because shops had gathered around the station entrance, and the locals just didn't want it, especially the shop owners. I think this is the Ascot Avenue Bridge, which would have been the position of a new station after South Ealing closed, because it is quite a long way from South Ealing to Acton Town. You realise that when you're on the train, this is a long journey. Just poke over the top of this bridge, you can see the 4 tracks that were laid because the district and Piccadilly lines shared this route until the 60s, was it? And I think Piccadilly's what or maybe the district was proposed to be a stopping service, and Piccadilly was meant to be a fast service, but I don't think that ever happened. And in the end, district line services stopped anyway. But the extra tracks means that trains can go into Northfield's depot now. You see a number of trains on the line just go to Northfields instead of going all the way to Heathrow. And the outer lines go into the depot. We've run down the length of Ascot Avenue, which has changed its name, but it's still the same road. And we're particularly coming this route down because one of the few entrances into Gunnersbury Park should be opposite. I think it's over there behind that far traffic light. Just to confirm the name change. Yeah, Gunnersbury's a rather odd fish in that the area of Gunnersbury really isn't near. Alright, it's near, but the station called Gunnersbury is sort of not where Gunnersbury mainly was, because Gunnersbury mainly was here, and the station is way over behind those white buildings on the district line.
Gunnersbury Park was opened to the public by Neville Chamberlain, who was then Minister of Health, on the 21st of May 1926. Gunnersbury House dated from 1663, and it was originally in the northeast corner of the current park, facing a horseshoe-shaped lake. It was sold to the British nation from the final owners, who were the Rothschild family, on the condition that it wasn't used for housing.
Let's have a look at this one, just to confirm I can get out again. Right, oh, you are here. Okay, so I am here. So we're going to go along here, follow the finger, and we're going to come out here. And then you look. Alright, we'll come out there and then go up there. Nice bit of green work going on. We've reached the end of that long stretch. It's been quite pleasant. Though you can't help noticing that the suburban houses, oh, they have a lovely view though. But who am I to criticise? Just saying it could be better designed, given their position. So this is going to exit our parky perambulations onto Pope's Lane. Well, there's a pandemic site, isn't there? A lovely mask amongst the flowers. A little bit of pedestrian walkway, so us and cars are separated by 2 yellow lines and 1 white line. Across this retro zebra crossing. we're going to head up Gunnersbury Drive for reasons which will become clearer as we arrive. The main road is just ahead, but we're just taking a very short diversion. And you can see the North Circular Road ahead. And that's one of those boundary moments. Actonian sports clubs. Where does Ealing become Acton and Acton become Ealing, etc.? Because that's well and truly on the Ealing side of the street. Here is the embassy of North Korea. I think it's very incongruous as an embassy. In suburban Ealing, stroke Acton, or Gunnersbury, Westfire, that gotta be Ealing. Right, this is the North Circular Road, and I'm gonna go way down there to those traffic lights down there to cross it. I don't see any point in you sharing this wonderful busy experience with me, so see you soon. I didn't get to the traffic lights. I managed to flit across the road at this point into a side street called Tudor Way, West 3, so we crossed into another postal area. And Tudor by name, Tudor by nature, look at that. So I wonder if the houses were named after the road name, or was the road name named after the mock Tudor housing. God, this is really Tudor, look at this.
The cream of Manchester.
And according to a local map, you can follow this road in a sort of semicircular shape, and then if all's well, a little path should exit at the other end, taking us down to the station. This is a nice modern design that they built the pathway into the new design, so if you want to go to the shops you don't have to go a huge car route around cul-de-sacs and stuff. That happens so often these days. Oh, I sound like an old person. Not these days, it happens so often in that they don't think about pedestrians. But I guess in this modern carbon neutral world, pedestrians will get more of a look in. And also, it might have been a right of way already, What do I know? So from a distance, that's the London Transport Museum depot. That's sort of an unexpected sight. Piccadilly line train to Blockbusters. And the fact I can see this road here means Acton town is just a tad away, nearly there.
Here, alas, I have to bring this walk crashing to a halt. You see, in a fair world, I'd have gone through this gate because Acton Town Station is just the other side of it. But oh no, this gate was locked. You're going to get to miss all my cussing and swearing when I found that gate locked. Let's get to Acton Town Station the way I actually had to go. And that's where I should have emerged.